Now that I've created a landscape, it's best practice to have a look at this and make sure that this landscape is true to what's on the ground in my area, both in terms of any disturbances that might have happened on the landscape since this version of Landfire came out, as well as just overall accuracy. Are things like the fuel model and the canopy characteristics representative of what we know to be true out there? And there's a few tools that can help us in terms of both disturbance and landscape features. There's the Identify widget up here in the top right that you can click and select anywhere on the landscape to get the values for specific pixels. So for example, if I was checking on this blue polygon in here, I can click around and see that a lot of this is TL6. We've got our canopy values here. Zooming out a little bit, this is Landfire version 2023 right now. This is being recorded in 2024, so we've got a year of happenings that occurred after this landscape was created in Landfire. That's where IFTDSS reference layers can be really helpful. If you go to Add Layers widget in the bottom left, you can see there is a whole lot of IFTDSS reference layers. For this specific purpose, Historic Fuel Treatments is handy. Click Historic Fuel Polygons 2024, and Historic Fire Perimeters. And fire perimeters year to date is always the current year of fire perimeters in IFTDSS. And we can see in the southwest part of the landscape there's been several fuel treatments that have occurred. Looking at wildfires, there's some polygons, one in the north, one in the south, and it looks like one in the center of the landscape here. One of the things we'll look at a couple videos down the road is landscape editing. And as part of that process, you can apply your edits to a specific shape or mask. So if you need to make some edits to this Landfire landscape to represent recent disturbances, reference layers can be helpful for that. You can make copies of these polygons. If I needed to do that, I could go into Create Edit Shapes widget, select Copy from Existing Features, and I could copy and name some of these polygons individually, especially if I know the landscape features are pretty different in each one. Whereas if they were more uniform and I just wanted to make some edits across all of these polygons, you could select that Copy Features button again. Select our polygon to the south. Select Copy Features again and select the central one. And now we have a shape that's all three of these 2024 wildfire perimeters. And that can be named. We'll select the folder to store it in and click Create. We'll close out these widgets here and you can see it's been added to the layer list. In the interest of time, I am not going to make a whole lot of changes with these. I just mainly wanted to point out that these tools are here, and especially with the landscape that's had disturbances on it since the last Landfire version, these can be really helpful for seeing what's gone on the landscape and making some changes to bring this Landfire data up to its most current point. And one quick aside here, since I've got our landscape up, I've got the most recent wildfires and treatments. If I wanted to save all of this here just as a quick bookmark later so I don't have to turn on all these different layers, I can do that using the Map Bookmark widget up here in the right. So I can create new. And save that in our Granite Creek folder. And you can see it's saved up here. So this is really handy. If we leave IFTDSS and come back later, can see in the workspace there's a map bookmark. You can click View on Map. And that brings us back to this landscape and all of our reference layers that we've selected. Next, I'll be looking at a landscape summary with Auto 97th fire behavior. And that's kind of a dual purpose where that'll give us some fire behavior results, and those can be helpful for further evaluating the landscape. Do these fire behavior results look representative given the Auto 97th fuels conditions? And we can also start to pick out areas of potentially high severity wildfire on the landscape that we can focus some treatments on.